Okay, right, well we thought we'd do a little video for you here. It is 5:45 in the evening and Harry and I have just done a 10-hour shift in the shop, and we thought we'd play a couple of holes, letting you know what we're going through before we hit shots, how we're thinking about shots maybe, just to see if anything comes out of it that you might learn from, or see how we go through the same problems as you guys when we're playing golf. And good, bad and ugly, we'll put it all on video for you and see what we make of it. It's pretty windy tonight, it's straight into wind on the first tee, so I have picked out a driver in my hands ready to go. Harry, what you got?
Same club for me, mainly
Right.
because of the fact that I don't want to hit a club which I can top off the first tee after a few hours in the shop.
Very, very good point.
But definitely today, into the wind, it needs a bit of a big hit.
So how confident are you you're going to pull off the shot you want?
Not very right now, but I feel like I've got the biggest margin for error with this club.
Okay.
I think generally for me, I think you've got to be veering towards the right hand side no matter what. Those bunkers aren't a very nice shot. Anything from the left is pretty horrible. So much room out to the right.
Pins on the left as well by the looks of it.
Yeah, so I think it's 100% veering down the right as a bad shot is the best way to go.
Okay.
See if we can
All
pull
right,
it off.
well, good luck.
Thank you. So just the place I didn't want to go, I've managed to find. It missed everything.
Okay, I didn't actually see that. Down the left?
Yeah, down the left of the bunkers, in between the pine trees.
Okay. Yeah, then grab that. Right.
Right, see how it's actually supposed to be done.
Now, I'm not at all sure about that. Okay.
Similar sort of thought
Yeah.
process to what we're talking about?
Just teed it a smidge lower. I'm going to try and hit a fade. It's about the most confident shot I've got. This
Shot
is my
you're happy with off the first tee?
first swing of the day. Yeah, so I'm trying to hit it sort of towards the bunkers and fade it a little bit.
Okay.
See what happens.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Okay, so right off the bottom rung, but it has done exactly what it
That
was meant to
scamper
do.
past that bunker, that is perfect.
I think putting for a 2, do you think?
Putting for a 2 just shows you golf is a game of where the ball ends up, not how pretty the shot looks.
It might even be a 1.
You never know, it would be lucky first chance.
No sign of it yet.
No sign
so
yet.
the 1 is still on.
There's a great chance of a 1
Oh,
now.
hang on, there might be in this
Oh,
bunker.
hang on.
Oh, I didn't expect that.
Just where we weren't quite looking.
Is that me? That is me.
Tight list.
Yeah, that's me.
73?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the year I was born, unfortunately. It's a bit before that, but I
Not
was
his
born on
current
the
age
7th
either.
of the 3rd. Yeah. It's come out clean, but with lots of spin.
Lovely shot. So
Yeah, so a bit
landed in the middle of the green. Took a bit, didn't quite take enough sand,
No,
didn't quite
not
get all
really.
the way down.
nothing
bit
like
early,
what I
but-
predicted.
But that little bit into wind, and because we're trying to take that bit too much sand and not trying to catch
Yeah.
it clean already.
It's quite firm, to be fair. I mean, there's not a lot of give in that ground, so maybe I misjudged it from my feet, which were going in a bit deeper.
So we're a
So
bit deeper with the feet.
that's my excuse. But I've got a putt for birdie.
You have got putt for birdie. I think I'd take that right now before I've even found my ball.
Oh, my 1 up.
I don't know. I've seen magical things happen before with short game, so you never know.
Right, so we're out in the wilds a little bit here. It's not actually too far offline. I'll just.
No,
there's
it's not a
Harold.
place
We
many
picked
people
a
have seen.
decent lie actually, but
It's not too bad. A little
can
bit
see.
of fern interaction.
pin
Again,
is
just-
cut fairly short-sided, isn't it? So
It's a shot where on the green is a massive result. Just going to open the club face out a little bit, see if we can get a bit up in the air and softer. Let's give it a go. Go on then. Go on.
oh, good commitment. That came out really fluffy, didn't it?
It
loads
came up
of
a little bit
pine
past
straw
the
and-
face,
Yeah.
but because I gave it a really good hit and was committed, I've managed to get away with it and get it out onto the green. Okay, so we've mostly got about 25 feet, would you say?
Yeah, 25 feet.
25 feet.
So I always ask myself 2 questions before a putt. Is it uphill or downhill? and then is it right to left or left to right? And if you can answer both of those, that's given a really good idea of where to aim. Uphill, left to right. No idea of the pace of the greens, but they look pretty sharp.
After spring meeting, I think
Yeah,
they've
spring
still got a fair
meeting
bit of
pace,
speed in them.
something like that. Oh, it's everything wrong about that. So, didn't start off far enough left. It's much slower than I thought, and I've left myself a good 3.5 feet. And I'll just.
So apart from line and length, it was a pretty good putt.
It would have gone in with a bit better line and a lot better length. Yeah. I don't know why they looked a bit quicker than that. See how you judge yours. You can, you know,
maybe a
you've
bit of
seen
growth through
mine.
the
You'll
day.
probably be fine. Yeah. Okay, so they're not really allowing much borrow for this one. Oh, and I should have done. Okay, so bogey for me. Nice 3 putt.
So again, I'm similar to Carl. I'm thinking, where's the break coming from? How, am I uphill, downhill, left to right? I always look at the bigger picture, the bigger slopes. I know this all slopes from front to back here. So straight away, I know this is going to be downhill. Stand side on and think it slopes from front to back, then there's a good chance it's going to be a little bit right to left as well. So I've got my rough gauge. I personally like to read putts a lot while I'm over the ball. I'm quite feel in terms of the putts, so I don't really know where I'm aiming until I'm standing over the golf ball. But I try and give myself a best chance to gauge roughly where I'm going. I just like to feel the line as I'm standing over the ball.
Okay,
And sometimes it does that.
Thought you were going
Very
to miss,
occasionally.
thought you were going to miss your first one since 1993, but no, we'll move on. Well done.
move on.
Great. Okay, so we've moved on to the second. Typical first hole, my 3 putt, Harry's 1 putt. Here we are, 208 it's playing. I mean, it really is. It's a good 2 club win, this.
It
if
is.
not more, actually. So
Yeah.
I would normally, when we played the other night, I think we both hit 4 irons, didn't we?
Hit 4 iron, yeah. We
that's
normally measure to sort of the top of the bunker is our
Yeah.
sort of aim.
So as a guide, we club to the top of the bunker really and try and get a bounce up from the front edge. That means that if you do hit it skew whiff, it doesn't go too far down the slope on the right or too far missing the green on the left. So now we've both got head covers off and we've got rescues.
Both got our rescues, which into the wind will be tough. You got to feel like you got to flight it a little bit. If you hit it straight up into the wind, it's just going to get caught up. But it's a hole of 3, is a cracking score here today. See what happens.
Well, that's a good looking shot. Leave it alone, wind. I think the
Can't
wind
have struck it
just died
any
a bit,
better.
the wind. Right.
Oh.
So, oh my goodness, the wind's hit that.
It's
So
managed
great.
to make it its way all the way up the top. I didn't think it would do into that wind.
Might leave the head cover on, Mike. Give me a bit of spring. Right.
Similar type of shot. You're
Yeah,
gonna try and-
similar. Again, it's trying to keep it down. Just sort of push it to the left side of the green, and if it fades, that'll be great.
Yeah. Well, that's a lovely looking shot as
Love
well.
the look of this one. It's a bit lower than yours. It's come right onto the flag.
It is fading right onto it. Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
I tell you what, that might be about 6 feet away.
Oh, we've got a couple of friends come to join us
Oh,
just
look
down
at
here.
that. What an
This wasn't
amazing
planned.
spectacle.
These are, how fantastic is to see these two on the golf course. Right, so as we walk up to the green, we're about to witness whether we thought we hit good shots or whether we've just over-egged it slightly.
Harry, they're a bit special, these two in the wind.
Extremely special, those two.
Goodness me.
Well, you don't get too many better chances than those two. And we even created pitch marks.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carl's in there about 6 feet away. I'm about 15 feet away. Both giving ourselves good looks. Most importantly though, 3 is looking much easier from this position than it is down the bottom of the hill.
I'm almost certain to record a 3 from here. Cool. That's
So I was
gone,
right.
isn't it?
There was a little bit of left to right in there.
Yeah.
I didn't really give that the best of rolls.
Yeah, to be fair, at this time of day, that did bobble off quite early.
Did
and then
bobble
it
off a
never had
little bit.
chance. You
Now-
get used to blaming bobbles when you miss as many putts as I do. Too much scar tissue. I mean, all I can do is give it my best shot and see where it goes from there. So, I'm going to aim at the left edge, see what happens.
Lovely putt, there we go.
Not your typical start at Woking.
No.
5-2.
worth
It
a
all
few-
adds up to 7.
It does add up to 7, doesn't matter whichever way. There are 18 holes on a golf
No,
course.
You add up to 6, that's the problem.
There's still another hole left, don't worry about that.
Well, pleasure to play off these new tees.
It's lovely. What a tee
It's
shot.
the right place to be playing from, good angle. Teed it up maybe a couple of mil higher here just to help it ride the wind a little bit.
Okay, so you're just going to try and fly it up a little bit higher, or see
Yeah, I
if an
think so. I'll just catch
elevated
it.
tee.
I might move the ball forward about half an inch just to get a bit more air time underneath it. The wind's definitely helping. I think it's off the right slightly, do you?
I think fractionally off the right, but mainly downwind, isn't it?
So the left side of the fairway is perfect for your shot in. Let's give it a whack.
A lovely strike.
Very happy
Lovely
with that.
drive. I always tend to try and cut a bit too much off sometimes here, which actually leaves me with a horrendous shot. So I myself's got to learn from my own lesson of actually saying don't go too far right.
Okay, it's at the right edge of the semi. It needs a good bounce, but I think you'll get it. It's been nice and dry and it's huge.
Yeah, it's just pitched
Oh,
on the edge
huge
of the
bounce.
fairway.
Yeah. It is heading right to the cut line. Oh no, oh
Oh,
gosh, that's fast and
That is running
almost
fast down
believe
there.
That's bounced in the right semi and it's held onto the left edge of the fairway by a couple of yards. It's absolutely perfect and fairly big, that, Harry.
Yeah, definitely got up into the sky and rode the wind up there.
That's the new
So-
Stealth you're using there,
Yeah,
isn't
new
it?
Stealth Plus.
Yeah,
I have mine set on 8 degrees,
goodness.
which as I hit the ball a bit high already, so it just helps me out a little bit. So just
Okay.
arrived at Carswell. So it's been very unlucky here. It's only a yard off of, really off the...
It hit the
so-
fairway, but the contours have just taken it off, as
Just
it in
taken
this
it
time
down.
of year. Right, I'll just get a yardage. Gosh, that wind's strong behind us, Harry. So I've taken 2 yardages there, Harry, because
Okay.
I do what's called the cover yardage, which is 126, which is the top of the bunker,
Okay, yep.
and then I've got 137 flag.
Okay, so
So-
you've got a nice sort of 10-yard gap in between there for landing the ball.
I mean, but it's just trying to get it. I've got the slope. Just going to put the slope on now. So even though it's 126, it's playing 130 because of the slope. So this would be one of those yardages which it hasn't fallen on a good number particularly. I don't think. I'm about 123 or 4 comfortably with wedge, and then you can hit it to about 128 if I climb all over it.
Okay, so
I
that's
need a
obviously going
minimum
to
of,
make...
with the wind as well. I mean, it may be the right club, but it's put me in a little bit of a. I can't hit 9-iron because I'll just if I
It
it'll,
brings into play that back edge pretty quickly.
yeah,
with
and
the-
you're never going to make par from long. I could still make par from the bunker.
Yeah, you've got that nice backstop behind
But-
the pin for the bunker shot if it does catch there.
Yeah, I'm unlikely to make par from through the green. So I think the wind now we've turned the corner a bit is decided from the right.
It's definitely pushing more off the right than
I'm
it is
probably going to
downwind.
aim at the fir tree
Okay,
and just let then I'll use, if I do get the right length, I'm going to use the slope a little bit.
slope to help you out, again using contours all around.
I mean, at the end of the day, all I can do is aim as well as I can and pull the trigger and see what happens. So
Certainly.
let's give it a go.
Okay. It's a good
Oh.
shot, that. Just caught the right edge of the green, just hopped up to the middle of the slope and just run back down. Might be unlucky to just run off the right edge,
Yeah.
but exactly how you intended to play it.
So we'll move up to Harry's ball. Gosh, I mean, could fit a small car park in between his and my ball, unfortunately.
I like to say 1 yard for every age difference, age
For
year.
every year.
Carl's
You've got nothing left here.
going to give me my number.
You've got 93 cover,
Okay.
101 flag, and they're both playing 1 yard up. So you've got
1 yard.
94, 102.
Similarly, I'm going to go more towards the kind of pine tree behind the green, sort of in between there and the flag.
Yeah.
Is my aim.
The flag's blowing 1 minute and then dropping the next, so it's a bit gusty. Oh, come on, wind. Just fly a bit. Oh, it's perfect. Wind
Just
didn't actually do as much as the same as mine, really, but
No,
you're
just
perfect pin high.
marginally short. I didn't quite get all of it.
So when you play downwind heavily, sometimes the ball gets knocked out of the air, doesn't it? Yours really looks as though it got knocked down.
Yeah, I seemed to sort of launch up quite high, but it got knocked down out of the air pretty
it's fine,
quickly.
yeah.
It's better than what it looked like from back there. It looked even shorter than that, but it's actually perfectly. Yours has rolled down just
Mine
about
was,
far enough that
it might not
it's a
have
bit
too
easier.
many contours to deal with. Yeah.
No, it's one of those nasty ones. Another 5 yards further up and it would have been really horrible, but
Yeah.
we've just about managed to avoid most of the contours here. I think you've got an easier roll. Still not easy. It's,
Both overread the wind a little because it felt more from the right. I think this is the only option, is to keep this on the ground in the wind, and it's a very tricky part. As soon as it gets over, turns left, it's going to go really, really fast. Actually looking 8 to 10 feet right, maybe.
it's having the trust that you're going to set it out there and know the contours are going to do that as well.
I mean, I always say, you know, when I'm teaching and things, you have to set your expectations on every shot. And realistically, with the pace of these greens and the contours, if this stays within 6 feet, I'd be quite happy.
That's your happy zone of where
I think
you.
so. I mean, I'd love it closer, but it is very high tariff. So let's give it a go.
Let's see.
I think it's round about there.
Okay.
Touchy-feely, uphill, then downhill.
So you can really see that swing quite quickly.
Wow. Actually, it's really much slower than I thought. I made that
Didn't quite
mistake.
have as much
No.
speed on as we thought it may do.
Right.
Yeah, snuck into your zone, which you're happy with. So we've got to walk away.
I said I was happy with it. I'm not very happy.
As you start to get closer, you feel 5 feet's generally not quite close
No,
enough.
very disappointing.
Again, similarly, I know I'm putting up hills as
my ball right
expected.
there?
I think your ball's fine. I actually quite like your ball as a sort of an aiming marker,
Yeah,
really.
and then let it move off it.
Move off it. It's definitely going to have some slope from right to left as it gets on the green. And again, as it slows down in speed, that brake's only going to get more exaggerated as well. I don't really want to give this one too much of a run that I'm running miles past it, because then I know I'm going to be having a downhill putt back.
Yeah.
Go on. Oh.
Yeah, very good. I mean, well read. They're a little touch on the slower side at this time of day, aren't they?
Had quite a lot of growth today. It's
Well done.
that
Pick
time
it
of
up.
day.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Righty ho. Let's see if we can finish this off.
Make the hole a bit bigger for you.
Yeah, definitely need it. I tend to play these fairly dead weight, just because I tend to see borrow better when it's at its maximum almost. So I'm going to hit it up there.
Good, lovely putt.
Yep.
Really nice speed to that putt. You could see the borrow coming into play quite nicely. Didn't look like you were going to have another 5-footer coming back.
No, it's slightly more stress than you had to make a 4 though.
There was a little bit more, but we both ended up with the same score. Doesn't matter, same score on the scorecard.
Yeah, thank you, Harry.
Thank you very much, Carl. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for the game. Well, there we go. We can see that Woking 3 holes after work is always good fun. Harry's, what were you, 1 under?
I was 1 under, yeah.
I managed to scramble it round in level, but obviously you'll always go in and go, if I hadn't 3-putted the first, but that's what happens in golf.
These things happen.
Yeah,
of course, in cracking nick out here, it's playing great.
Yeah,
It really is
amazing.
fantastic.
So we'll keep doing a few of these, and hopefully, we'll share some tips with you and see if you can take some of these ideas to the course. Cheers for now.
Cheers, man. Bye-bye.